Chapter 10. The Salinas Valley is in a place once called Northern California, a long, narrow swell created over millennia by the collision and subduction of the Pacific Plate under the continental. A river cuts a deep trough along the valley floor, running down valley from the rolling hills of San Ardo in the south, eventually falling into the Pacific far to the north. The valley's deep, rich soils are the result of eons of erosion from the steep Santa Lucias on the valley's western edge, combined with the slow slumping of the straw-colored gabilons along the east. The first inhabitants of this remarkable place arrived 14,000 years ago, a band of disconnected survivors wandering in from the cold north, wild and superstitious. The valley became a Native American oath to fertility, bisected by a well-worn path down its center. Souls waiting for the taking, warring, violent, yet peaceful in their own way, but not at all prepared for what was coming. They had their stories and legends, all of which eventually came to pass. Along their path from the south came a marauding band of dried-up European foreigners attempting trickiness at first, and when that didn't work, brutal, unmatched force. From the path grew a road, the Camino Real, connecting the religious hovels, new pueblos, and presidios. The valley was forever changed. In the times between the religious missions and before the rains, the Camino was named U.S. Highway 101, but that name had no soul and didn't last. At the end of the 100-year drought, after the death of 200 million trees in the regional breakups, the Valley administration replaced Highway 101 with the Long Valley Freeway, raising it high above the valley floor, isolating it from any farm road intersections. An unbroken bridge, the freeway floated above the valley, between the work camps and the oil fields in the south to the down valley headquarters of Salinas City in the north. Halfway between its origin and destination, the Long Valley Freeway crosses above the old town of Gonzales. The same well-worn route that connected that original pueblo to all the rest still ran through that town, but it ended abruptly in a field of broccoli, and beyond that corn, then grapes, then lettuce, then cotton. The residents of Gonzales, who worked the endless surrounding fields, never had access to the Long Valley Highway as it ran over the top of their town. They could hear it and look up from the muddy fields to watch official vehicles and military caravans sweep by. The fruits of their labor were pulled up a guarded ramp, the only access to the highway from Gonzales, to be set on the edge, loaded and carried down valley to Salinas City. Each week, a single trailer was lowered down the ramp to the town manager to disperse its vital contents. In this way, Gonzales did not differ from any of the old Mid-Valley pueblos. They were isolated, peaceful, and the day-to-day agrarian lives of the residents, at least those who didn't disappear in the night, was quiet and easy. It was easy, at least, until the sickening rains became more frequent in the crowded down valley areas. Then life got hard throughout the valley. Shortly after the rains worsened, there was more activity on the guarded Long Valley ramps, as residents of Gonzales and other towns on the valley floor started being collected for work in the up-valley labor and oil-producing camps. Families were separated as teenage boys were collected for compulsory UP service while their parents made one-way trips up the guarded ramp, never to be seen again. A school sits on the western edge of Gonzales, 2 blocks from the Native American path that originally ran through the valley. For many years, the school serviced the children of the families who worked in the fields. When the older people of Gonzales began to be collected, the school became a refuge for orphaned children. The gymnasium filled with cots where children ranging in age from 5 to 14 slept. Those same children ate together in the cafeteria. The few parents and grandparents left in town did what they could to help the orphaned children, but the responsibility of day-to-day care fell on the school teachers when there were any left. Mary McElroy stayed with the children. She was one of 5 teachers at the school before the collections began, and soon became the only remaining adult at the school. Her husband, who was in charge of loading the ramp trailers, didn't come back from work one day, only 2 months after they were married. Mary went looking for him, pounding on the ramp's guard station door, but was given no information. Eventually, the Gonzales town manager received word that Mary's husband had died in an escape attempt with several others on the outskirts of the San Ardo labor camp. All Mary had then were the school children, and she loved them dearly.